So anyways, who has been watching us and about for these things as well before we start of the race? Now we got anything for about for this last couple of videos ago, and because that I just made it 3. And before despite seeing this, there must be a stock cars as well. I hear stock cars that were gonna be pretty loud as hell as well. Pretty is gonna be making for such as no sense. So let's just gonna be instantly start the race and somebody who just litter out here. And because looks like the race is officially started because someone is gonna be driving on that car. And probably this server is becoming dirty as hell. As it looks like this is gonna be the part of some kind of AI racings did nothing around here because the last couple of 3 videos that did exactly is possibly good. And what happened that is absolutely ridiculously worse as well. Probably behind them that is gonna be causing a big one. As literally we come into 186 miles an hour. So I just eventually choose this car that I was in for inside of Chicagoland International Speedway, and probably we're gonna be restart all against that is absolutely missed the restart all of their sudden, and they must leave the server. There must be car out here, and probably this is exactly how it's gonna be worse. Now we're gonna be checking out for some old cars, and exactly for him for some kind of these cars are just got exploited out there. And because that I just literally did, it's made here something is even literally worse. I hear something kind of literally carved tomorrow that expectedly doesn't have a game pass any this time. So looks like I'm just gonna be jumping it out of here. And probably that he just keep on sawing us for just a very long time, and looks like that doesn't even matters. Even worse though, I might gonna be trying to start the race, but unfortunately every AI cars did nothing since K&N Racing. And that is just gonna be going around here. So we have for a current cars as Chevy Camaro, ZL1 1LE as this car. The Mustang GT is probably the 2021 schemes everything as well. And tell you the Camry is year 2020. About for the XLE, looks like these cars is just probably gonna be all for this one. The next generation cars is the Mustang, and probably something is gonna be going for friend request. 67 friends, Toyota Camry Game Pass, and probably the ZL1 1LE Game Pass around here. Another Game Pass is 2022, and yes, this is probably the ZL1 version, and the Generation 7 cars have turned in from stock cars to sports cars, who has been jumping inside of the vehicle. So no, this is absolutely took it away from my vehicle as well. Probably that isn't gonna be going to make such as one thing. Probably the game passes. I think he just reset the character and gonna be getting all the way to Daytona International Speedway. And so on, the cars are just getting much worse and wrecking out for this nothing for too long as well. I'm not very sure that's somebody who got the Game Pass, and I have nothing that we're gonna be to do like this one. So I'm gonna be using the Mustang GT. Yes, the Chevy Camaro it is. I'm gonna be using about for just the loud or pretty it is. It's gonna be for taking for so long. Even despite he just always saw for anything that he goes, that he just gonna be taking around for a friend request for a very long time. So I'm just gonna be jumping inside of the vehicle, and the friend has just left the game. Probably. Let's just gonna be restart the game, and let's just gonna be trying to do what it else. If despite these cars are just the next generation vehicles, or probably that they just did nothing forever. That when the last couple of videos that the last year that all of their vehicles have just did nothing since I started out NASCAR, since probably that I just gonna be doing for starting around favorites of this thing. So let's see what happens is gonna be going inside of the vehicle, and this is absolutely possibly what is loud. And we're gonna be making sure we're possibly that we're gonna be unlocking the gates, and we're ready to go. And perhaps, despite these cars are just did nothing because we have 2 drivers left, unfortunately we're gonna be reset the server at one time. Somebody is gonna be blocking the race, and that's how they ruined the round for this race. Now looks like he must leave the game probably, and the car has just stuck into the ground, and unfortunately this race is absolutely ruined. For some kind of players, even though I'm gonna be checking around for the expectations about for this thing as well. So as we probably for taking for a very long time, this no matter of that guy who just ruined the round for this race. Now I suggest we're gonna be restart again, and I'm not very sure this isn't gonna be going to possibly do so. The race has been restarted. I'm going to get back in the race, and let's just gonna be make things a little bit fun. And as you can see, the bump draft combos just flipped out of way, and because probably he's back in the race, and looks like we got some big trouble, and a massive things have just going on because somebody is blocking the race. A causing of the big ones is gonna be a terrible cause, but somebody is just ruining their race. By this guy over here, this is worst, extremely worst around here. This race is probably cursed of this thing, and that's somebody who blocked it by this race, unfortunately, who is trying to report me for just restarting the race. And we're just gonna be suggest to continue out, and the top speed of all cars on this game is 186 miles an hour, just like NASCAR Unleashed Remastered. Now we probably were gonna be jump back it in, and let's just gonna be doing to retry. The cars are just eventually upside down. I make sure the race hasn't blocked for this itself as well. And because of this gonna be going all over this well, if she's gonna be back it up, and she left the car as always. So, but unfortunately this race isn't gonna be pretty so easy. Now unfortunately every kinds of these cars are just about to leave the server, and we're gonna be making a new one. So I suggest we're making something kind of different like these things. In 2008 NASCAR Car of Tomorrow, many things is possible, and jumping out of the vehicle. And we're gonna be deleting this vehicle, and probably we should be able to dump this car out of here. And that doesn't gonna be making for very sense at all. And I'm probably this thing doesn't gonna be making sure if you don't like of this video. Probably somebody ruins this race, and who just eventually dislike of this video, and I'm not very sure. And if you just gonna be trying to hate of this video because their cars are just did nothing and about for this one, and because they cannot steer or just did nothing without steering and about for this one, just while riding their self to cause some big ones. And because this has probably always been here, yes, around here. Now all of their NASCAR vehicles just gotta be screwed it up for everything as well. So probably he's gotta be trying to leave this game a lot. Even for its most likely worse, blocking up the race or track race of this thing. And it is about the time that we're gonna be leaving the server, until somebody who just gonna be literally joining the game or somewhere. This is actually gonna be taking for a little bit for more time, but unfortunately they're taking for so many hours to do so. And let's just gonna be leave the server and rejoin the server. The server is gonna be new, and probably should be it. Once the server has been cleaned up, now we're gonna be requested to start a race, and everybody is always to keep themselves gone over here. Let's just gonna be started immediately before somebody who joins the game or regains it for a possibly, like I just very sure. Let's just gonna be started to go, and we're on our way. Probably these guys are just gonna be ruining for most of all. I'm probably not sure that every kinds of AI cars just did nothing, and there is the cause of the big one. But looks like their cars are just literally going to get so much worse. Of all like this, despite seeing about for the cars are just flipping over, and it's gotta ruin ourselves. And but looks like every kinds of cars are just destroying all of their ways, and especially for Kyle Busch. And everything is gonna be ruin ourselves, and looks like everything just do nothing for many more times. And their last place, and it has been hooked by Danny Hamlin. And probably that wasn't gonna be hooking for a very long time, for just a very many more recently. What is absolutely gonna be doing for? If he's just gonna be resetting some kind of an AA cars, and probably the cars are just flying over here, and we just absolutely made a big collision with ourselves, and we got absolutely extremely worse. And then this is actually putting myself into last place. Unfortunately, this is the worst thing that I really don't want to see for this one, and this is probably that I really hated to see for this thing. Unfortunately, that you might be able to dislike for this video, but probably this is gonna be for taking for very much more time. I know the shortcut is, it's gotta be for a little bit for this one. ASCA series is gonna be going to be over soon, and a lot of them is gonna be making more itself intense, like these guys, or many more of these things as well. Probably who started to drive it backwards itself. And let's just jump out of the vehicle, and let's just gonna be deleting the one vehicle, and we're gonna be changing around for a Ford Mustang GT. But looks like everything in this server, it feels so worse than about for this thing. Now reset the race, and here we go and about for this situation. And then the race has becoming, and it's such a wuss. Now always we're gonna be trying to regain ourselves, as I'm the only one that is just gonna be going to regain the cars, and probably this isn't gonna be starting of this race. And especially the last place goes on, and I couldn't able to clear them out of the track, as for a Ford Mustang, Chevy Camaro, and Toyota Camry. And because we have 3 manufacturers left around for this all of the years, for many manufacturers from all over the world, and probably the cars are just stuck in the ground. Oh dear, we absolutely gonna be extreme levels of this extremely slow. Here comes more extremely slow in about for this thing, and this is possibly that is ruining for many more of these cars as well. If I just gonna be resetted once again, and for many long times, here comes my 200 miles per hour. That itself is gonna be making more stress, and about for many more of these decades, that's just gonna be kicking off with some kind of vehicles as well, smashing vehicles as Hot Wheels, stuck in the ground, and many more vehicles keeps on ruining it for a very long time, especially for other cars that just ruin it for itself everywhere, and everywhere is gonna be taking itself ruined for many much more. Now there goes for my Mustang, so let's jump out of the vehicle, and probably there is a second Mustang and just joined the game. He just left the game by and leaving the vehicle out of here. and I'm never gonna be making sure this is possibly ruined using a Ford Mustang. And because the player needs, I don't really think so in the Battlefield like that one. Probably that should be able to using for Toyota Camry 2020. And I'm just gonna be literally spawning all the way down, and like I say, we're gonna be end of this video for very much. And the car is absolutely gonna be slowing much more down for just a little bit for once. And looks like we're just gonna be raise the gate back. Well, let's just close the gate, and we're gonna be ending for this video out for here. And because looks like despite seeing these cars are the AI cars do nothing, they just always keep on forward without turning around sideways of everything of this one's. And probably we're gonna be doing this again for next time. So if you don't like of this video, so and probably this game is gonna be linked in the description down below. And if you're just gonna be trying to leave a like and favor it, and possibly this is Turbo Concept is gonna be signing off in the flash, and I'll be talking to you mini lads all later. Probably NASCAR Geeks is gonna be trying to do this all next time.